what is meant. So you can straight away just read it. So that is the one advantage. But the thing is, another disadvantage is you don't find any specific books in the market, nor in the online, or even if you know where you will get it. And in this is a Pega website which Pega runs it, and you have the forums also. If you have any doubts, any queries, then you can go to forums and you can post queries. So that is one thing about how you can read it, how you want to personally read all those things. This is a website. That is one thing. Next thing is I installed one personal software edition, which I said you can request on this website.
Mm-hmm.
In the PDN you can log in and you can request somewhere. Here you have to Google it. So you can request one personal software edition where you will get this personal software edition which I have installed on my laptop. Okay. So when I install this personal software edition, I have three icons got it, which says Pega software startup, login, shutdown. So I have done already startup. When I start up, already my server is up. This you can see my server screen, and
Mm-hmm.
I have logged in. Okay. So now the thing is, just briefly I will explain. Um, I'll develop a small application also, small application, then you will understand. So
Mm-hmm.
when I install it, uh, mm, you want to show, okay, what I'll do. The thing is, already I have created one application login. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
so you have to create one new application. So I have created one application called as online insurance. Okay, so I'll this one you can learn next level, like how we create the application. Uh, Once you create this, or else I'll show you now. So otherwise, I won't understand. So when you install this Pega software, by default you have a super user called as administrator.
Mm-hmm.
So when you install any Pega software, you will get, and the installation is very simple. How you install a Microsoft Word software in your laptop, similar to that one. So when you install, by default you will super username that is called administrator. You have to log in with that administrator, and after that, once you log in, you have one option called new application, and I'll say create new application, and I'll say application demo name is, maybe I'll say demo or sample app. I'm seeing application name as sample app, built on Pega rules, and organization is, I'm saying organization name I'm giving as demo. Application name is sample app, organization is demo.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, you will be navigating. It's a wizard where first screen has come up with settings. Now the second screen is business objectives. You will enter the business objectives. Assume like you are going to develop an e-commerce, okay, some e-commerce website, eBay or something. So
Mm-hmm.
normally what you will do, it's an online application and the organization may be
Hello.
eBay. Hello, can you hear me?
Yes. Can you repeat from commerce website? I just slipped it.
Yeah. So I have created an application name as sample app, right?
Yeah. Yeah. Organization is demo.
Organization is demo. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Now, now the thing is, when anyone wants to develop an application, suppose assuming eBay, so what they do is here application name instead of sample app, they give their own application name, maybe online mobiles, whatever it may be. Okay, that will be an application name, and organization maybe eBay. Or
Mm-hmm.
else if you take a bank, any bank, Dutch bank, assume as a Dutch bank. So at the organization field, they mention bank name, and the application they may say uh, accounts or savings accounts. They may have savings accounts application, credit card applications, loan applications, right? So they
Mm-hmm.
can say credit cards. Here they can give as a credit cards. So the thing is, credit cards they give here, and the organization name they may have bank name. So they give these details at the first screen. After that, it asks the business objectives. What is the business objectives? If they are going to develop a credit card application, what are the rules and regulations? They can feed here so that once they log in into the application, they can. I'll see. I'll give you here sample demo. I'm mentioning, and it's like a wizard. You are running it.
Mm-hmm.
Case type. No, I'll reject this one. This one also I'll reject. So I'm doing create.
What is the case type that you have kept it?
No, no, I kept it blank. Okay.
Okay,
So
yeah.
remaining type and data objects are blank. So see, no need to figure it out. You try to understand how simple this is. Okay.
Okay, yeah.
Uh, when, when when you go into training again, we will like case types, data objects, what is the purpose, all those things we will be covering it. Okay.
Okay.
So I'm explaining how so easy to build an application. Now, you see, I have clicked on and it is generating rules which are required for an application.
Okay.
Okay, so let's see. Okay, so first step what I have shown you is creating an application for any business.
Mm-hmm.
This any business, insurance, banking, healthcare, um, automobile industry, any sector you take, they need their own application system, right? For that, so now it has created. Congratulations on creating your new sample application, and it has given some users saying
Mm-hmm.
these users are operators are available. Okay, so it has generated an application saying with admin at the rate of demo, manager at the rate of demo, user at the rate of demo. Right, right.
Yes, yes.
So now what I do is I will log off. Okay, now we will use this operator admin at the rate of demo.
Mm-hmm.
Password by default is rules. Password by default is rules.
Okay.
In that generated one, it has shown it. See, now I have logged in with admin underscore demo, and you can see. And if on the left side, if you click on app, you can see. See, if I click on app, it has created one class. The class is demo sample app work. It already
Mm-hmm.
created. So the previous wizard which we have run, so that wizard has developed one application basically.
Mm-hmm.
It has created a base for an application. Okay, automatically.
Mm-hmm.
So now So if you take any other technology, suppose Java, .NET, C, anything,
Yes. Hello. Hello. Hello.
architects are the persons who design the
I
application.
skipped I skipped your voice. Like maybe if you take an application, I skipped your voice from there. So
Okay,
like the yeah.
yeah. See, if you take any application, in an
Mm-hmm.
application, if you are going to develop an application, what are the major roles will be? It's a
Mm-hmm.
developer role who develops an application. Testing is a role where he does the testing of the developed application. And another major thing is a system architect.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, system architect is the person who designs everything, who
Mm-hmm.
designs how the application should be. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
okay. So he designs everything like how the application should be, what are the operators should be of that application, business objectives. Now, even though I am a developer, I have simply created an application because Pega has supported or created a small wizard. You fill enter those details into the wizard, automatically it's hardly 4 screens, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And I have logged off and it has created an application. And if you remember in the one of the second screen, it
Mm-hmm.
was asking for business objectives, right?
Objectives. Yeah. Yeah.
And there I have entered sample app
Mm-hmm.
and it is showing here, you see.
Yeah.
So what the system architects do is they design the application. What application? It is an card system application. And what are the operators it should have? It should have an administrator, it should have a manager, it should have a user. If you take any credit card application, user means the customer is an user.
Mm.
Manager means it's like internal employees who are part of that bank. They act as a manager because when you see your credit card details, you just can see the details. If you have any queries, normally you log into your credit card and you will have a query or you will submit a query or you will post some email. So then it will be routed to specific employee of it. So that is
Yeah.
called a manager role. That's why
Mm-hmm.
this
Mm-hmm.
application has generated one manager role, one user role, and admin is a developer role. It is a completely into IT, information technology. So these are the end users. Manager and user are the end users, and admin is a developer of the application.
Mm.
So
Mm.
normally if you see this first step, all it is taken care by the system architects, and system architects has to be a very talented guys, and they have to think a lot of. But the thing is, the Pega has given small wizard, 4 screen wizard, which anyone can develop. So that's why even without having any development knowledge or coding knowledge, immediately they can come and they can develop the application. You got one point. One is one of the strongest reason why Pega is leading in the market means without any, if you take in Java or .NET, they have to understand how to create an application, what is the coding, what are the frameworks, lot of things are there. If you have to Java, if you want to use the Java technology for developing an application, you need to understand what are the frameworks we can use. There are a lot of frameworks, Strat, Springs. So which frameworks we have to use, what are the functionalities. So the Pega has come up inbuilt applications like
Mm-hmm.
just in simple to Gmail. See, if you want to create an user in a Gmail, you register yourself and you after that you have an operator. So similarly, what we did is we have logged in with a super user called administrator at the rate Pega, and we have created an application, right?
Yes. Yes.
Now this is the first I have demoed how easy to create an application, and it's like it's not mandatory that every time system architects are required to develop an application. So now
Mm.
this application has been developed. Application rules developed. Now I'll create one sample application where I say where I'll show you login to create a sample application. Then I'll demo you. What I can do is, okay, I'll say I'll show you a login screen how we can develop. That will be best. Okay. So now what I'll do is uh, to create anything, first of all we need some properties. Mm, See, I have clicked on this class. This is a class demo-sample app-work. So this is a class. In this class, I'm trying to create a properties. I went under data model and I'm creating properties.
Mhm.
First thing, I have created an application. Second thing is I have logged in into created sample application, and you can see in the login sample application there is a class demo hyphen sample app hyphen work. This is called as class. What do you mean by class? I'll tell you later. So this is called an class, and this has been generated by default by when we have completed this first step. Okay.
Okay.
So that is one thing. And if the class name, so how it has generated, demo is our organization name,
Mm.
and sample app is our application name,
Mhm.
right? And work means where we do lot of coding or working. That's why it has given the class name as work class. Okay.
Okay.
So you can see normally system architect has to think a lot on this, how we should name a class also. So these all by default taken care by the Pega, and no need for us to think of it. So now
Mm.
in this class, I was trying to create properties. Okay, create first of all property called user name, and it's like no, I have right clicked on this class and I have selected a property called username, and it has given a lot of options. Okay, these
Mhm.
things you will learn slowly. So I have created a property called as username, and I say applies to this class. This property username belongs to this class, which is demo sample app hyphen work. And these are also some other options. I'll talk more on that, and I'll say create. And it is asking the username property which you have created, whether it is a text or decimal. You have the
Mhm.
option. You click on the change, you have the option whether this property you want to make it as a date type or integer or something like that. Okay, I selected by default I want this property as a text, and I'll say save.
Mm.
I'll say to save, and you come here and you say refresh app explorer. Now you can see under this class there is one more category called data model. Under
Mhm.
this data model there is called property. Under this property username which we have created. Okay,
Okay.
it has been showing here. Okay, now you will understand. I'll explain you more like class. And class there are lot of categories. This is a property. property is one type of category which belongs to data model. Okay.
Mm.
Now I'll create another property. I'll say password. Okay. And I'm giving applies to, and I'll change this one to password. What it is password, you will understand.
Yeah.
So I have created a property name called as password, and I have mentioned property type as password.
That's right.
Okay,
Yeah.
I'll click it save. Okay, you do refresh. You can see now,
Yeah.
you can see two properties, username and password,
That's
right?
right. Okay. Yeah.
Now mm, I'm creating one more rule. We say in Pega anything rules. These are all called as rules. You see, now on this class, I click right click create, and under data model, I went and I selected this property, right?
Yeah.
So that's why you can see here, it after creating it is showing under data model only,
Mm.
right? Data model, and I
Yeah.
selected property. Now I'm going to create one more rule that is called user interface, and I section. Hmm. Just listen, and after that, I'll tell you what you have to learn and how you have to learn also. Then you will get a clear picture what is the complexity, how it is easy, all those things. Okay. Now I'm creating one more rule called as section, and for that section, I'm giving a name called as login section, and
Mm.
I'm specifying that it belongs to this class. This is a class. Okay.
Mm. Yeah.
And I'll create. Here I have created it, and it says drag any number of properties,
Mm.
right? So what it says is it takes these properties. So now what I'm trying is I'm trying to drag this, you see, and you can see username.
Mm.
Now the thing is, see, I have dragged these two properties onto this one, and you have a setting where you can select layout format. From default, I'm going inline. Let's see how it looks. You see, right? It has
Mm-hmm.
changed, like
Mm-hmm.
you can see username, password. Okay, let's see how, like, what is all these things. Now I have done the save. Okay, now you can refresh, and you can see again user category. Under user category only, I have created a section called login section. I have created two properties. These properties I have utilized in this rule called login section.
Hmm.
Same thing. I'm giving label name and applies true. And see, it is asking the section name. The section name we have created this as login. You
Hmm.
select and you click on down arrow in your keyboard,
Mm-hmm.
and it will automatically display login section which we have created. You
Okay.
select that one, save. See, once I'll show you the screen. I mean, uh, let me give me some few 5 minutes time. Then you'll understand what are all these things.
Mm-hmm.
Refresh again under user section. You can see this flow action, whatever I have created. Okay. Now I'll create this flow. I'm creating one more rule. For all the rules, you have to enter the name and which class it belongs to.
Okay.
And you say create and open. A little bit my server is slow. Mm, just it will come out. Yeah. So now I have created another rule. Till now I have created properties, sections, flow action. Now I have created another called as flow, and by default you can see this one green color is there. So what I'll
Mm-hmm.
do is I'll drag assignment shape. See, I have clicked on this and I'm dragging more. Okay. Now I click on this connector. We call it as this one as connector. So it is asking the flow action name which we have created this one. So you go to this field and you press down in your laptop and it will show.
Yeah.
and I'll say OK. And here, what I'll do is, um, let's see, 1 minute. I need to free up. So you can see I have created two sections. That's why it is showing two sections.
Mm-hmm.
I'll come back to here, and here on this connector, okay, I'll do C. Um, it is done. Like I'll just I want to run this one. See, now you can see. First of all, I have created properties which comes
Mm-hmm.
under data mode category. and I have used this. Now you can see what are all the rules which I have created. Is I have used these properties in sections, and again these sections I have used in flow actions,
Mm-hmm.
and these flow actions I have used in a flow. See, this is the flow, right?
Yeah.
Now, now the thing is, in the sample app application,
Mm-hmm.
this is called sample app application, right? Okay.
Mm-hmm.
See, now the point I mentioned, this is a class which already by
Okay.
default it is generated. Okay. Second thing is, now we develop login screen. See, now the thing is, as I mentioned, the first step is an application. To develop an application, business people have to decide a lot of things. Credit card means they have to decide what are the points. You see, you know, right? If you want to take a credit card, they have to come up all the business rules saying these credit cards again has to be categorized like no gold, platinum, titanium, all those rules, everything. So there will be a lot of business rules. Depending on that, this first step will be done. It is not so simple, but
Mm.
Pega has made in such a case, in such a way that just you can run, and you would have seen that business objectives where we have developed sample app, and once I log in here, it has shown here those details. So that is
Yeah.
one advantage. Now another thing is, once I have created the application, once we create any application, now the thing is there will be a screens, right? Normally what we have, first of all, login screen. If you take a Gmail, first it will be a login screen, then you will have
Mm.
an inbox screen, right?
Mm. Yeah.
Then on the inbox screen, the options.
Yeah.
These are all each screens in an application, right?
Yeah. I get it.
And you have to develop, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Now, now what we have done is, for our sample application, we have developed a login application using all these stuff. How?
Mm.
Now you see. I'll run this one. Click, and you say run.
Okay.
It is done. It is loading. First time normally it loads very slowly, and another thing is, I think my database. Okay, it has, see, now what I did is I have run that flow what I was seeing, login flow. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
see, this screen automatically provided by the Pega itself. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
if you want to remove this screen also you can remove it. Okay, that one we will talk about it afterwards. Now the point is, uh, it says something, customer demo, custom test, email, test@test.com. Now the thing is, this screen is not developed by us. Okay, when I run this flow, the first screen has come, this one. Normally we will remove this screen. I'll talk towards. I entered these things and I say create. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
leave about this. Don't think about the screen. Leave about it. Now we will see the next screen. That is the screen which we have. Okay. Okay. See, now you can see our login flow action where whichever what we have entered, right? You see username and password, right?
Yeah.
Right? See, remaining screens are all by default created by the Pega application. And
Okay.
normally we customize the screen. We customize. See, normally if you don't want these on the screen, all will be removed, and obviously business doesn't want to see all these things, right? It will be shown as only see user password. I'll enter test, and you see when I was creating properties, when I was creating username, I have selected this property as type as text. Okay. And when
Mm-hmm.
it comes to password, I have selected this property password as type, type equal to password. And you see, and it is hidden, right? Normally
Mm-hmm.
password field is like that. So we didn't do any coding for this. You got
Yeah.
my point. See, normally if you take .NET, you have to take care of these things also, hiding all these things. Now I'll say
Mm-hmm.
submit. How much time it will take? See, I have developed two screens. One is this login screen. You understood, right?
Yes.
Right. So this is the login screen, and next screen is a confirmation screen. You can see here. I have created proper when I was creating properties. I have selected type of those properties, whether it is an text or password. That is one thing.
Yeah.
After
Yeah.
that, I have dragged these two into one section
One.
rule. That is login
Mm.
section. And after that, I have dragged this section onto a flow action, and I
Okay.
have used this flow action rule into a flow,
Mm.
right? And when I
Mm.
execute this flow, you can see my screen, right?
Yeah.
So if you take any application, first of all, you'll have a login screen. After the login screen, you may have inbox screen, or if you take a bank account, account details screen, right?
Yeah.
And you'll have options on this page. Now you would have seen it, right? It was so simple. Did you do any coding on this? Whether that that text box, this username text box should have value, like it should be a text, and password should be hidden. Have you seen any
Yeah.
coding here? Right?
Nothing actually. Yeah.
No way. See, even you can develop a Gmail also here. Gmail application also. It's very simple. Instead of putting here username and password, you will put here one Gmail logo top, and you can put username and password. And you see these buttons also, submit and cancel. Even I didn't put this submit and cancel button. Click
Yeah.
this submit button, automatically it is navigating to second flow, because it understands. See, the first flow is, this flow rule defines what are the screens you have to show one by one. The first screen is this login flow, second screen is this confirmation. Okay,
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
got it?
Yeah. So
and
is it
and
like?
no, nowhere I
Go
have
ahead.
defined any submit button. No, nowhere I have defined any submit buttons also, right?
Mm-hmm.
So by default, Pega has provided some in functions, these
Mm-hmm.
buttons, and see, it is taking too much of time here. I need to figure it out my laptop. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
okay, I'll fix this one. So now the thing is, the next screen is the confirmation screen, which you will see this one only, which we have given here. See, this confirmation screen only will see.
Yeah.
Now this is the first screen was this login screen, and the next
Yeah.
screen will be because we have defined rules, like the first screen is login flow action and second is the confirmation flow. So
Confirmation.
now you can see without any coding, right? It's like a drag and drop,
Oh.
and you are able to develop the application, right?
Yeah.
So now that's why Pega is so simple. You can develop any screens, any complex screens also. You take, if you want to develop an online eBay screen where it lists out all the products, you can display. So no need of coding. The only point what you have to learn is what are all these categories. See, what do you mean
Mm-hmm.
by data model? Now you have understood data model means, under data model there is a property category where you use these properties to utilize, capture data, right?
Yeah.
And section. What is the purpose of section? The section is acts as a base for these properties. The properties you have put on this section, and this section you have utilized on flow actions, and this flow action you have utilized on a flow. So everything here, it is called as rules. So first point is what you have to, if what you have to learn in Pega is what the purpose of the each rule.
Okay.
Means, see, what is the purpose of this property, what is the purpose of this flow, what is the purpose
Mm-hmm.
of this property, what is the purpose of flow, what is the purpose of flow action, what is the purpose of section. Then only you will understand, right, how we have to create a screen, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because I know the purpose of these things, I was able to develop this application. So similarly,
Mm-hmm.
if you click on records, okay, these are the total rules which you need to understand. Till now,
Mm-hmm.
I have used data model,
Mm-hmm.
user interface, and process.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. See, if you click on app, you can see data model, process, user interface. Under user interface, you have flow action and section. Under data model, you have property. Under process, you have a flow, right?
Yeah.
So when you click on these records, so these are the rules which Pega provides, and using these rules only, you will develop any complex application.
Okay.
As I said, is what is the purpose of each rule, you have to learn, first thing.
Mm-hmm.
Second thing is, in which rule we can use other rule.
Okay.
What I mean is, see, directly you can't use properties in flow actions,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Or and flow actions you can't use in sections. It's vice versa. You can use
Yeah.
sections in flow actions.
Mm-hmm.
Got it?
Mm-hmm.
So this is the second point which you need to learn.
Yeah.
So first is what is the purpose of each rule, and another is in which rule we use the other rule.
Right.
Okay, then when you learn these two things, then you can develop any of these application, whether it is a login application, whether it is a bank application, whether it is e-commerce application, whether it is insurance, any other application. Got it?
Yeah, yeah.
So this is Pega. Okay.
Okay.
Unfortunately, still it is taking time to come up.
And
If the
oh,
sec- this
so
confirmation screen, then it will be very good. So you understood, right? So what is Pega? Using Pega, we can develop application, and so, how so easy. Now, I don't think so. You need any coding knowledge also, right?
yes, but I mean, I have few questions running in my mind.
Yeah, yeah. Go ahead, go ahead,
When
go ahead.
Yeah, they said 20 to 30. What I have heard is like 20 to 30% of your Pega needs a
Hmm.
little knowledge of Java. So
Hmm.
where would you apply that knowledge of Java in creating this, in developing this application?
See, what I mentioned is that one only. It is not matter that you need to have a Java knowledge. If you have a Java knowledge, then you can understand easily.
I skipped your voice.
See, what
I
I
am
mean
sorry.
is,
I'm sorry, I skipped your voice.
okay, sorry. Can you hear
Yeah.
me right now?
I can hear
Okay.
you.
See,
It was good till like it's not mandatory to have a Java knowledge. That was your last sentence.
yeah, if you have a Java knowledge, what
Hmm.
helps you is it helps you to learn Pega very fastly. Okay.
How is Java connected to Pega?
Okay. Now what I'll tell you is, okay, I'll show you one more thing. Now you can see class demo sample app hyphen work, right?
Yeah.
Now, okay, not here. Here I'll show you. Now what I'll do is I'm clicking on this connector. Okay.
Hmm.
I have used this login flow, right?
Hmm.
Now I'll click on drop down, and you see these, see, you can see this login flow action and confirmation flow action are created under our demo sample apple work class, right?
Yeah.
Now I have one more option called as more.
Hmm.
When I click on more,
Hmm.
you see.
Yeah.
Now before that it was showing only these two options, right? Confirmation flow action and login flow action, right?
Yeah.
Now I have clicked on more, it has shown some more other things, lot more, right?
Yeah.
And it is showing, you see, under this class demo sample app work, these are the two flow actions available. Now there is one more called work hyphen dash cover class.
Hmm.
Under this class you have these many flow actions. Okay,
Hmm.
now under this class you have two flow actions, okay, which we have created. Next, what it shows is work hyphen cover is another class,
Mm.
and it is listing out some other things. Okay, some flow actions, all are flow actions. Okay, and after that it is showing work class, work cover, work, right?
Mm-hmm.
Now I'll click on this class. Now I click on this class. There is an option called view, or no, it's a definition or inheritance. Inheritance.
Mm-hmm.
Now I clicked on part called as inheritance, right?
Mm-hmm.
This is a class which I was talking from the starting, demo hyphen sample app hyphen work, right?
Mm.
Now what it says is the inheritance means demo sample app work is inherited from a class called demo hyphen sample app.
Yeah.
Demo hyphen sample app is inherited from a class called as demo, right?
Mm-hmm.
And again, this demo class is, you can see here, top level class is inherited from this one, demo hyphen fw hyphen sample app hyphen work class. And again, this is inherited from this is inherited from this class. And finally you can see work hyphen cover dash and work dash, right?
Yeah.
Now what is this one? Now I have shown you, when I drop down it, it has shown first of all the flow actions which are available in this class, right?
Yeah.
And after that it is showing these in these two classes, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
And here you can see the inherit, right? Generic term called inheritance. Inheritance means any
It's,
structure, like,
yeah, taken
it,
from,
it
yeah.
yeah, it is similar to, like, if you take in a general word, like, we are inherited from parents, we have grandparents, grandparents, right?
Yeah.
That is called inheritance. So it says this demo sample app work is
Mm-hmm.
has an inheritance structure of these classes. So
Okay.
this is a top class, base class is a top. After that work is a list of options. It has shown this class, and directly it has shown these classes, because only in these two classes those flow action rules are available, and in these classes nowhere. Because you see, you can see demo hyphen sample app, all these things are developed by our application itself, right?
Mm-hmm.
because
Mm-hmm.
because see, these are all related to our demo is our organization class, right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So these rules are to our application is sample app and organization is demo. These are related to our, and these are by default Pega provides work hyphen cover work dash base class. So some are provided by default by the Pega,
Pega.
and remaining will be when we run our application. So this is the inheritance structure. And you see, in these classes nowhere the flow actions are not available. The flow actions are not available. If you want, we can create in these classes. First point.
Mm.
In these
Mm.
classes there are no actions. That's why this drop down didn't show. Directly it has shown in this class. Work dash hyphen dash cover has a flow actions. That's why it has listed. After that it is showing work dash. Under work dash again you have the flow actions.
Flow
Got it?
action. Yeah. Yeah.
So now the point is, now assume demo hyphen
Mm.
sample app.
Mm.
Okay. Hmm.
Yeah.
Now you have created here sample app. See, you have created a flow action called login sample app and in this class, right?
Yeah.
Now, suppose demo hyphen sample app in this class, the flow action is not there, but I'm taking an example. If I create login, same thing, login flow action. If I create login flow action in this class, then no need to create in this class because what it shows here, if any rule is available
Hmm.
in the inheritance, if any rule is available, then no need to create in your class. Suppose this login flow action is not available in this class and it is available here. So in here in the drop down you can use that. You got my
Hmm.
point? You
Yeah.
got my point, right?
In
Now
the drop. Yeah.
we have
Go
created
ahead.
now we have created specifically in this class, right?
Yeah.
But if already that is available in this class, again no need to recreate that in this class because it supports inheritance. Means if any rules are available in the top class, those rules we can utilize in our class. It's simple. If my father has a car, I can utilize the car, right?
Hmm.
So similar to this one. If superclass has this login flow action rule, you can utilize. So this is called as inherit. So if you know Java, these inheritance concepts by default you will know. You don't know Java, that's why this inheritance is explained now.
Hmm.
You got my
Okay.
point? You have Java, what is the difference if you don't have Java knowledge, right?
Yeah. So it's like useful in the inheritance section and all.
So the thing is, what I want to tell you is, if you know this inheritance,
Hello?
if you know this inheritance concept, and this inheritance concept is, if you know this inheritance concept, then no need for me to explain all these things. By default, you're aware of that one, right? And
Okay.
this inheritance concept, property, all these things by default is covered in Java knowledge. People who knows Java, they know this inheritance concept. What do you mean by this class? See, now I have mentioned this demo sample app is a class, right?
Class. Yeah, you told me first. Yeah.
Yeah. So first of all, what is a class, right?
Mhm.
You will have a doubt, right? What is
Yeah.
a class, right?
Yeah.
Now what we have done in a class, we have created some rules. The rules are properties, sections, flow action, right? And we say these properties, sections, flow actions belongs to this class, right? That's what I was trying to explain you here, right? See, I have created one rule called login flow action. When you say this login flow action rule belongs to this class, demo sample app, right? Okay. Now before I'll take out. Before that, I have given we have a flow action in this class only, right? So I'll say this flow action belongs to this class, right? That is a class. What do you mean by class? Means class is a combination of some rules which you can utilize. Now this is also another class, and in this class you can define one more rule, right? So this rule, if you want to utilize in this class, this has to be inherited in the inheritance structure. You got my point?
Yeah.
So what do you mean by class? What do you mean by inheritance? These concepts, if you know Java, you will be aware of those things. As you don't have Java knowledge, you don't know these things. The thing is, what Pega helps you is, see, no need for you to learn inheritance right now. The thing is simple logic. What you will do here, you want one action. You will check in this class. In this class, You want to see that one. If it is not there, I'll go into super class. That's it, right?
Yeah.
So why do you want to learn inheritance? What do you mean by inheritance? All those things. Right? See, there is one more called enter all tasks. If you
I
want, you
mean,
can.
never in any of your projects you're gonna face this kind of inheritance topic where you need to apply it onto your application.
No need. See, that's what. See, whatever now I have. What do you mean by that? Is already implemented here. That's why you can see in the scroll down. You are not seeing it. Now the point is, if you want to understand, see, oh my God, I have created only two flow actions: confirmation flow action and login flow action. But how come I can see remaining flow actions also? Enter all tasks, force completion. How come I am able to see these things? You may get this question, right?
Yeah.
So why how it is coming means inheritance due to inheritance. That's it.
Hmm.
So you will learn concept of in Pega. See, what I mean
Okay.
is, if you know the inheritance by default, when all these extra flow actions come, then you know, okay, see, I think this demo sample app work is inherited from work cover dash. So that's why these again these are all available. So that's what you would have understood it. Now you don't know inheritance, forget about it. Even if you are, if you don't know inheritance, what is there? You know the concept, right? I want to use this flow action. Okay, these are why it is coming. Oh, this is because of inheritance.
Mm.
You are learning here also, right?
Yeah.
If you don't see what do you mean by inheritance, it will be very easy to speed up your learning curve. That's it, right?
Got it.
If you don't know about inheritance, now while learning Pega, you will be learning it,
Hmm.
right?
Yeah.
That is the
Mm.
difference.
Oh.
Whatever your
So,
friends like, if you know something about Java, it helps you to learn, speed up, and no need to come back to ask anyone also. That is the difference. That's it.
yeah. So so this Pega it's actually a developer tool, right?
As I mentioned, it is completely developer tool. As I was mentioning, you can develop credit card systems, anything.
Okay.
You are, I think you are from Amex. You are from USA, if I'm not wrong. And in USA, Amex, American Cards, Express Cards is a credit
Yeah.
card. So
Yeah.
Amex credit card applications are developed in Pega BPM in Pega.
Okay. Okay.
Okay.
So,
One of the client for which I work is an American Express.
okay. So, okay.
Even Bank of America has some of their applications developed in Pega.
Okay.
So
Hmm.
you understood the second question. If you know Java, then it is easy. If you don't know Java, then you will be learning all those concepts here.
Okay. So, how many days do you think would I be able to cope up with this Java and also this learning of the applications and
See about don't keep in your mind like no, I don't know Java. That's why see when you are using your mobile phone, first of all, it is all new for you, right?
yeah,
While you start enter into it, you will learn it. Okay,
yeah,
so this is also same like that. Leave about Pega. You want to come into IT.
yeah,
First point. You are clear that you want to enter into IT. First point, right?
yeah,
So leave about Pega. If you want to learn Java technology, I think now another thing is big have heard data, Hadoop, Java, SCP, all are
yeah,
you would have heard all these technologies, right?
yeah,
So for all those technologies, you are coming from non computer science background, right? So
yeah,
definitely you need an effort,
yeah, that's for sure.
right? So, but when compared to those technologies, this Pega is very simple. I have explained it. That is one point. This is from personal point of view I'm talking it. So This is one thing. So first point is, if you are avoiding Pega, you have to choose another technology because your intention is to want to come to IT field. If
Yeah,
you if you skip Pega, you have to learn another application, another technology, maybe SAP, maybe big data, maybe Oracle database, whatever it may be. All are for you is a starting, right?
yeah,
It's not nothing you have learned till now. That is one thing.
yeah,
First point. Second point, when it comes to Pega, as I mentioned, uh, for you it's either Pega, either Java, Oracle, same thing.
yeah. That's actually true.
Second, second thing is it's your interest. Okay, if the point is, I'll tell you really where people give up is, now I have explained you. Now developing or practicing it, you will hit with some hurdles or some issues. Then no one will be there to give you information. Then you won't try. Normally people won't try and they will give up. Oh man, this is very tough. Okay, even if you
Okay.
see your math also, you said you have done your masters in your mathematics or something. Mathematics or science? Science. Okay,
Yeah,
science. Science. In science, you would have been solving some problems using some equations, right?
yeah,
When you understand the equation, you love enjoying doing those equations. You solve those problems using those equations. When a small twist comes, and you are stuck up and you are not getting exact answer, and no one is there helping, then you give up. But the point is, that's not the give up. When you have a failure, then only you will learn more. So the thing is, it depends on how you be positive and you give your efforts.
okay.
Second thing. Third thing is, I can say, I understood your basic level, how you are, all those things. Normally, even I'll I'll tell you, even people who Java, if they so in Java also they don't know anything. Okay,
Okay.
they
Yeah,
say I know inheritance, I know properties, I know polymorphism, but still they don't know because see, theory is different, real time is different. I'll give you an example. Everyone says I have iPhone, iPhone, iPhone. Can anyone knows iPhone all functionalities? Do you think anyone? They know maximum message, calling, Facebook, FaceTime, general things which everyone uses. But there
yeah,
are so many hidden functionalities and features in iPhone. No one knows. So same thing.
yeah,
Even a person coming from knowledge, they say I know Java, but they don't know concept wise in reality how it is utilized. You go and ask to your friend what is inheritance. She says the super class functionalities are comes to child class. That's it. But can she give an example like how I have demonstrated? No way. Only when they have a real time hands on, then only they can give. That is another thing.
okay.
So I think it's 30 days is sufficient for you to learn this Pega. And another point is, I will see now when it comes to training. What I'll do is I'll give training. Okay,
Mhm.
you have seen, right? So I was mentioning under records these are the categories. So I have to cover all these categories. So I can cover all those categories. And how I do is, you see, if I give theory, you won't be able to understand. So I have to develop an application in front of you like this only. Then only you will understand.
Mhm.
So whatever I have, whatever I teach you, using those things again, you have to practice it. Then only you will become master within 1 or 2 months. See, 1 month and then and there only you have to practice it because you see now it would be very simple, like what is their properties and sections and two actions. Now if I close this screen and if I ask you to do it, when you are doing you will understand, you will have some issues.
Yeah,
Okay, so that's the
yeah,
point. So that's the point.
mm,
It's depends on the practice. That's it. Practice, you can achieve it.
yeah,
Why your friend would have suggested is, it is very simple because when it comes to Java, the learning curve is very too much. See, you have to understand what is the difference if you go to another technology, and what is the difference when you come to Pega? See, as I mentioned, you see these everything you have developed. By
Yeah.
default, Pega has. When you choose another technology, you have to learn these things also. How I can make it as a password field, how I can make it as a text field. Those things also you have to learn. But Pega doesn't tell you. See, password means the text has come in a hidden thing. So when you go to another technology, this functionality also you have to develop. And again, this submit button also you have to develop.
Okay.
But in Pega, half of the functionalities are inbuilt.
Hmm.
So only the thing is you need to understand that remaining half. So that is the difference between Pega and another technology. That's why Pega is booming. Any person who doesn't have IT background, they can come straight away and they learn. That is another. That's what I can give you the suggestion.
Okay.
Got it?
Yeah, yeah, I get it.
I think I have given good information for you.
Yeah, yeah,
If you
it's
if you have
pretty.
if you have any queries, come.
Hello? I couldn't read you. Hello?
Yeah, hello. If you have still any queries, you can come back to me. No issues.
Yeah, sure, sure. Yeah.
So now you understood, right, what is the difference. You see, as I explained,
Yeah,
half of for developing an application, half of the functionalities are provided by the Pega. Only
correct.
remaining half we have to learn. That's it.
So where does the exact problem lie? Because I was talking to a girl who's got like strong knowledge in Java and a cool knowledge in like the computer languages and all. But what she was telling is I had to, I faced problems in doing that and all. If, as you said, if it's so cool, then I still don't understand why she faced some trouble in just shooting everything and all. Hello? 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 Hey. Hello? 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 Hey, Babu. Hello? I'm just trying to close it, but I'm not able to hear it. With the jaw. Hello? 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 Hey Swaroop, like at the last I couldn't hear his voice, the call got closed and all. Yeah, I really couldn't hear his voice. But he has told me what exactly it runs after. That's fine, I'll try to figure out. Because maybe after the class and all, I was trying to ask him a question, but the voice got cut or something. Yeah. Yeah, even I'm still there, but I'm not able to hear his voice. I've been talking, but I don't hear anything from him. Yeah, sure, sure. Hello?
Hello, Ravi.